recording. All right, we can do this. I say.
Ooh.
Alright, we are here today for... Oh, wait, no, we have to... Wait.
Well, that's a lot of cards. I forgot how many cards we...
You have to
Or, no,
present,
this is more cards,
20
right?
pieces of...
20 pieces!
Hush you.
All right, everybody. I say. Carter is accused of, putting it simply, he fingered him.
It could be such a rigged trial.
We are here today for the defendant, Carter, to see if, well, to put
Are
it
you
simply,
kidding
if he
me?
fingered him. Prosecution, you may state your case.
All right, I say. I first wanted to just say, oh, there it is. So many cards, I can barely see it between them.
You have to present 20 pieces of evidence.
God, all right. I just want to say, Carter, I want you to take a good look at yourself and tell me why you thought it was okay to finger that poor man. Because that was, I mean, because you put it simply yourself, you fingered him. So, I mean, I think really you should be the one trying to defend yourself here, you know?
It said... You remember I said it? It said you... you... So, like, why am I being on trial for fingering someone?
Huh? Because that's what you said.
I didn't... Okay.
Present your first piece.
Alright. Let's see. Now, I would like to point out that for one, that guy right there, he is lying. It is not what I said. He saw an opportunity to try to frame me, and he decided that's what he's gonna do. So I am being framed. I am being framed by this man right here.
I try to figure out
And
what my things are.
I-
There we go. Okay.
By that man, I am being framed by that man.
Objection!
I hope that the truth now comes to light.
Sustained.
Alright, I would just like to say... Character, come on. I can't look at the thing. What is happening? Stop! How do I stop it? There we go. I'd just like to say I have this evidence. You see, I actually have Carter's finger. The one that did the crime.
Why do you have that?
And the genetic material on this finger does indicate that Carter has fingered someone.
Defense, what do you have to say about this?
Now, if actually, I have evidence that it is not my hand. Cause look at the hand. You can see that there's clearly no missing finger on it. If I couldn't have left it behind if it was still on my hand, and you couldn't have presented if it is still on my hand. So that is clearly not my finger.
Prosecution, how do you respond?
Let me see here. Oh my god, it's so buggy. Here we go. You see, Let me pick the card. You see, why do you people torment me? See, that was also Carter, and see, he has the power, the same power as Kane, to generate multiple hands. So that's from one of his other hands that he generated just to finger that guy.
What? Yeah, I said, why do you people torment me? Because I literally, everything I say
Hey, I
is
didn't give you time to speak yet.
As you can see, Ron, he's clearly guilty.
Yeah, I thought you gave me it, but why is there? I swear, the time has been extended for how long you get stunned for.
What are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
And also, I did say, why do you people torment me? Because anything that I say, I say or do, gets twisted into something else by either by Scott. What's his name? Riley, the manipulative person that he is.
I say. I never do that.
Hmm. Let's see. But there is. Well, it was not me who said it. There was an unidentified third party, or was it an identified third party? Because he was unidentified until now. Kristen, he was involved in the.
Oh my god. Hold on.
So-
What are you typing?
Hold on.
And you already know that I wouldn't finger someone. Now, who's the other person who would actually come to mind?
Right.
Probably Brian, yeah. but besides Brian, because he doesn't. Besides Brian, who else would be involved? It wasn't me.
Yeah.
So
I
who
say.
else?
I got.
Tristan was involved.
Prosecution, how do you respond?
Okay, I did not.
What
I did
the
not know
f-
there's a scroll on the evidence.
What the fuck? You fingered Tristan? That's who he was? I can't believe this. You said that Tristan was involved, and
He
you
was involved.
and you said fingered him.
Man, that's
So
some
you
shit,
fingered Tristan. This truly is diabolical. I say. What do you have to say for yourself?
If you'll give me my turn. Alright. Now, it was, like I said, there was a third party, but it wasn't. There wasn't an interaction with me and Tristan. But as a matter of a fact, there was an interaction with Riley and Tristan. As you can see with these freaky texts, you can see that Riley texted Tristan that he's gonna go put his finger up his butt so deep in that it's gonna come out of his mouth.
You have to say in response.
Well, you see, Carter thinks that he got the text from my thing, but actually the only text I send are death threats. It is the only text that I send.
So you're gonna go finger him and then kill him?
No, when I said that, I meant the wound I was going to be making with my sword was going to be through and through.
He said, I'm gonna finger you. I'm gonna put my finger up your butt so hard that it's gonna, or so deep that his finger is gonna come out of his mouth.
Well, yeah, that's one of the names of my blades. But I haven't done anything on that yet because I don't actually commit crimes, unlike you. I say.
You just said you were gonna kill him. That's a crime.
No, I never did that.
Now, let's see. actually, before I move on with my next piece of evidence, I have a question for the prosecution.
Mm-hmm.
Can you spell that real quick?
I say, I cannot do that.
Why not?
For that would jeopardize my, my standings.
It's a simple four-lettered word. If you're not able to spell if you're not able to spell a four-lettered word, what makes you think that you can actually like prove that it was me who actually prove that I said you fingered him?
Well, cause I don't need to.
Are you a bro? I knew it. I knew it was rigged.
I knew. See, I don't need to read to be able to hear what you said about fingering him, and to see that you're guilty.
I just had a stroke listening to that one.
Huh? I don't need to be able to read to hear what you said. So your logic is not sound.
Hmm. And seeing as he fell asleep he only actually listens to Riley's, why do I even continue?
Oh, hold on. I've got something. You see, I've got the good book. I say. And in this good book, the quote book, we did not put this quote in there. But that's because we wanted to make sure that we could actually prove that you said it. And by the duty of this good book, I want to say that we should instill this quote when this court case is won by yours truly. I say.
Yeah, not that would not be allowed because the quote book only allows quotes, as in things that were actually said. And if you actually add this in the quote, that would be breaking the rules of the not rules, the laws of the quote book. Because you can only quote things that were actually said.
Well, you did say it. That's what I'm here to prove in law, that you did say it.
And let me go use this golden hook and go take that good book real quick. Now.
I say.
Good books. I would not consider the quote book a good book. With the contents of the book, I would not consider it I would not consider it a good.
I say. How rude.
And let me go. And now that I have the good book, let me go read through it. It's with all the contents. You see all these quotes in here. They are actually full of quotes that they're full of actual quotes, things actually said by people, not things that people think they have said. No.
Oh.
I already. Sorry, no, go on.
Prosecution, how do you respond?
Well, I would just like to say. Hold on. I gotta look through all of these really slowly.
You gotta time it.
I'd like to bring the cruiser into this. Because, as you all know, that the cruiser from Lethal Company is a vehicle that plays, it drives quite terribly. It's just like the same driving that Carter is doing in this court case. His driving in this court case. I'm comparing the ability for the cruiser to drive to your ability to fight this court case, and that you're not doing so well at it. he's not listening to me. He's ignoring me.
Wait.
What?
It won't. It won't let me. I think I switched it. No matter what I pick, it shows the guilty or free option.
What?
It won't let me move it back and forth. It'll like show the other buttons real quick and then just switch them back to the guilty or free buttons.
Well, I guess you have to make your decision now. I say. And and I think I say.
All the evidence presented here today, I have to say. Oh, okay. I guess it just looks like that. Okay. Oh.
God damn it! I say. That was a close one for you.
Yeah,
I say.
that's not fair. I didn't even get to submit my last piece of evidence. You're gonna choose guilty.
Go ahead.
Alright. Look at this. Now, you said you compared my defending skills to the Red Cruiser, which isn't the greatest at driving, correct?
I say. That's what I say.
Now, usually you could say that the Red Cruiser isn't good at driving, unless it were to be driven by the one and only Joe. Now, if Joe were actually the one riding that Red Cruiser, then you could say that it could be like driving the best in the world. Now that is how you can actually compare my defending skills.
Sorry, are you using evidence to combat his metaphor?
Well,
Maybe.
I'd like to bring my final piece of evidence just against this. Voice changers. You see, Carter was using a voice changer to make Joe seem like a real person.
All my pieces of evidence.
As you can see, Carter was using a voice changer to make it seem like Joe was a real person, but Joe is actually just a figment of his imagination who he thinks exists, so therefore he still can't drive the cruiser.
Let me go. What do you mean last piece of evidence? It still shows that there's more.
Oh, if that's the last piece of evidence, I guess.
I say.
Let me go take the. Let me see the evidence real quick. What evidence?
Oh, you erased your own evidence. That's what all those X's mean, right?
No, he did that before I even showed the eraser. This guy is.
I guess my voice. Well, I guess I'll say. Here we are.
Oh, I erased all your evidence.
What? Oh, okay. Well, I've got my definitive piece of evidence right here. Do I have the thing? I don't.
I still do.
Can I have my evidence? Time.
I suppose.
All right, and I'd like to say my last piece of evidence is this. Hate. Let me tell you how much I've come to hate you. One word. Since I began to live. Since I began to prosecute this court. If the word hate were written all over this notepad that I'm going to type the word hate on a bunch of times, That would not equal
Hey, stop
one
that.
true.
Why is it stunned for so long? How long did you turn it up to?
1 billion of the hate I feel for how you finger.
Can I have my turn?
Uh,
I got something. So, would you say that you would need that you pulled out a loan for the amount of hate that you you hold against court cases? I guess not. Why is he still stunned? What did
What
you
is
do?
going on? Hold on. I have a little bit of brain damage.
here, I'll give you some nice
No.
silence to respond in.
Okay. Well, you see, actually, I only pulled out a loan to it. Oh, can I have my turn, please?
Oh yeah.
To buy this dice bag filled with various types of dice. And one of them so happens to be the dice that rolls and tells you exactly what Carter said that day. And when I rolled that dice, it landed on, to put it simply, you fingered him. That's what you said.
How do you respond?
Oh man, I say.
So you rolled the dice and it rolled on to say that I fingered him. How does that work?
It's like a magic 8 ball.
Yeah, but it only has numbers though.
That dice.
Yeah, that's.
It's like a magic 8 ball.
Okay, okay, I just needed to make sure.
I say.
Now, I can tell you, now, I can tell you that those dice, they weren't talking about me. They were talking about this Discord mod, who has multiple kittens who he fingers often. So,
Whoa.
so I think I can say that with full confidence that the dice was a Discord mod.
Huh? Sorry, you cut out a bit there.
I can say with full confidence that it was the dice was talking about that Discord mod.
Well, I say, I've got something about that.
Why do you keep saying I say?
I say.
This is it.
If I could have the stage, please. So, as we all know, that Brian is an avid Discord moderator, and that would be the only Discord moderator that would be anywhere near this court case. But Brian's out of this court case. So it could not possibly have been that Discord admin of any kind. So it would have had to be you, Carter. I say.
But it would have to be a Discord mod. We forget that Brian isn't the only Discord moderator like in the world at all. It didn't even have to be someone we knew. It just said a Discord mod.
Well, it's a Discord mod that has to be close to this case. Otherwise, how would we know?
Yeah, but need I remind you that there were multiple people in that untitled boxing game server, so that like any one of them could have been a Discord moderator, someone that we didn't even know, someone that we haven't even thought of. Now, it's not thinking about not taking that into account would make yourself ignorant.
Well, you see, what would be the motive of these people to frame you? The only Discord mod that would have any motive to frame you, Carter, would be Brian, and Brian's out. Is what I'm trying to say.
Also,
There is no other.
Even then, he said he's out, but it didn't say that he's out. He was out then. It means that he's out now, meaning that he's fleeing the scene. It didn't say that Brian. And it didn't say that Brian was out. It says that Brian's out.
Well, what do you have?
As in
What?
now. He
Well,
wasn't out then, but he is now.
what do you have that can make it seem that he was out now, but not then? Because I think he was out this entire time. I say.
Because I said so.
Damn.
How do you respond?
Well,
Are we gonna use all of our cards?
I don't
Or
know.
is...
I don't think we have enough
over,
cards.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Yeah,
8,
you
9.
have to use every single one.
All
1,
right.
2,
I would like to
5,
bring.
6, 7, 8. No! It's every single card.
I think he's got something that's gonna. Well, you see, I say. Hold on. I'm saying. So Brian was there at the scene of the crime, but he's not now. But what if there was someone else who could have vouched for Brian not being there? Because Ella didn't show up because her and Brian were hanging out together at that time. So Brian couldn't have possibly been there. I say.
What do you say? Make it quick.
Alright. I have this black goop. And as you can see, it can move. But this tiny piece of black goop isn't very strong. Are you kidding me? And this piece of black goop can't do much on its.
He said to make it quick. He says it's that.
The black goop can't do much on its own, but whenever combines with other pieces of black goop, it can shift itself into let's say another person. Think of them as skinwalkers. This piece of black goop has shapeshifted itself into Brian, meaning that of course that piece of that imposter was with Ella while Brian was actually at the scene of the crime.
You know what? This court case going on to like present your final and strongest piece of evidence.
All right.
Who will go next?
All right.
I'd like to bring. Wait, hold on. Ah, yes. Okay. Yes. No, bring him around. Bring on my witness, for he has something to do with this piece of evidence. He's the lost navigator. So he's been all around, and at that time he was there at the scene because he had gotten lost, and he happened to have this on him when I questioned him. So I was able to bring the black goop back to life and ask it where it had been at that time, and it said that it wasn't with Ella.
What did I just say?
The Brian.
Hitler was inside. Are we gonna ignore the fact that Hitler is
Don't.
inside?
That's his book. I don't. But I was able to bring the black goop clone of Brian back to life because they don't last very long, and I was able to question it about its whereabouts at the time of the crime, and the black goop wasn't with Ella, and it wasn't even anywhere even near the boxing ring either. So Brian or the goop clone couldn't have been anywhere near at the scene of the crime, leaving only you there at the scene of the crime. I say.
You brought out the lost navigator. How convenient. Because this. Can you bring it back, please? Now, it's convenient that you actually brought the victim to the court case.
What? I thought Tristan was the victim.
Because there were multiple victims.
What?
You brought the last navigator, who was fingered by you.
What?
What do you have to say about that? You brought out the very person who you fingered through this court case. How disgusting.
I say.
What do you have to say? I rest my case.
So, Your Honor, if I could have the stand, please, for my final thing. I don't need any evidence for this.
Closing
My
statement.
my closing statement is, if you look at the evidence here, that clearly Carter's the one that fingered the Lost Navigator. He himself said that there were multiple victims, so that means that the Lost Navigator isn't the only one fingered by Carter. So that means, and the only person to say that there were multiple victims is Carter. And we didn't know that. The only person who could know that there were multiple victims is the one who committed the crime himself! Take that, sir!
That's a pretty good point. What do you have to say for your closing statement?
Okay, for one, let's go get let's have the Last Navigator leave and get him a therapist or something.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
Alright. No, this guy's not involved in the case. Now, for one, it's clear, like, whenever you're trying to investigate a crime, you gotta go figure out all the people who was affected. Like, let's say that someone got burglarized, however you say it. There's like multiple houses got robbed. You want to find out who all was involved, and how did that airplane get that momentum? You want to figure out who was all affected in that crime. Otherwise you're not really helping out everyone in that case, that would you? So of course this case was investigated, and we found all the victims in this case. And it just so happened that the Lost Navigator who Riley decided to bring up, and there was Tristan and Brian. I don't know, he's there for the fun of the game. He probably recorded it or something.
We proved that Brian wasn't there. See, your argument is falling apart at the seams.
Now, but that navigator was fingered by you, and if that navigator was fingered by you, then that must mean that everybody else must have been fingered by you, and only you. That could be the only explanation.
No.
And you yourself cannot deny that piece of evidence.
I did. I literally made my counterpoint against that piece of evidence. I guess it's time for the. I guess it's time for the decision.
I already know what you're gonna say.
Try to be.
All the evidence presented here today. While the prosecution has made good points of the defense, not defense knowing stuff, I think the final pieces of evidence was a shock to this court. And with no other evidence able to be presented now, I think reluctantly I'm going to have to put a behind bar.
No! Damn it! Punchable face. Oh, man. Oh, crap.